Hi guys. Okay, I am going to make this super fast. Um, but I wanted to share. Um, I really wanted to share my story with emotions and oils. So, um, we are going to do the full class tomorrow, which I'm really excited about. But I wanted to share my personal story using oils to support emotional health beforehand. So, before I say anything, I wanted to remind everybody that I am just sharing my experience and I am not trying to make any claims as far as it curing or treating anything. I am just sharing the tools that have made a bigger impact on my life than I could ever fully put into words for emotions. So, that being said, here we go. Really quickly, here's my story. So, I have always been somebody that experienced the emotions of worry and anxious feelings and anxious thoughts and feeling overwhelmed and all of that. But when I lost my brother in a car accident in 2012, all of that got times by 100 at least. And I had never experienced that before. I really had not experienced that level of all of that. The moments of overwhelm with panicked feelings was just something that was completely new territory for me. And it's kind of scary when you go through stuff like that the first time. It's scary. And then you start trying to live life normally, and it feels really difficult too. It just is this whole other level of hard. And when I first started using oils, I had of course heard of, the more traditional aromatherapy side of oils where you are diffusing and using oils for emotional support, brain support, all of those types of things. And I knew there was a very strong, real connection between oils and your mindset, oils and all of that. I knew that was there. I knew that was a real thing. And I knew that emotional support with oils was a very real thing. But just getting started, I did not anticipate that being a big thing with it for me. I just didn't anticipate that being as big of a chunk of what I grab oils for on the daily basis as it has become. But once you experience that support, it is really hard to imagine trying to get by without it. So I got into oils thinking I was going to use them for skin support because I already did with tea tree oil. If you hadn't heard that story, that's a whole other backstory. I deal with skin stuff on my hands, and tea tree oil has been my best friend for that for the longest time, like since I was little. Um, so I thought I'd be hugely using it for skin support. I really wanted to get into some more um, healthier cleaning stuff, DIY cleaning stuff, so I really wanted to use it for that. And I did not anticipate emotions being an aspect of my life that I would be grabbing for an oil during that much. And it's become probably the top two, only second to like skin support. So, I want to share, first of all, my favorites for emotional support. The ones that I grab for the most. And I think once you start experiencing that support, if you are looking for tools to add to your toolbox for dealing with emotions and supporting emotions and all of that, once you feel that difference, you're never going to want to go back. You're never going to want to try to do it without them. So there's a very real connection between scent and your brain. I have kind of only lightly delved into the science, so I don't want to go into like an intense explanation of that without having the ability to check myself. But it's a very real scientific connection between scent and emotions. And so I found huge support specifically with diffusing and wearing the oils right here. So those are my favorite things to do. Hi! So, I think the first oil that I felt major support with, like experienced that difference, was my best friend, lavender. Specifically during those times of being overwhelmed and having panicked feelings. This was what I reached for and do reach for still when I have those moments. And I remember the first time after I started using oils that I tried that. I had heard everything, and then I had one of those moments. And it's always because of my personal story, my personal experience of like it really all coming back to that experience of losing my brother. It's moments that catch you off guard, and you can't pinpoint exactly what triggered things, but it just totally derails things from there. And so you're caught off guard. So I had known that whole aspect of it, and I thought, I want to do something. I need to do something. What can I try? You know, I knew breathing techniques, so I was obviously doing that. And then I added lavender to the mix of what I tried. I, for the first time during one of those moments, grabbed a bottle of lavender, pulled the top off, and just took deep breaths. And I did that for 2 or 3 times at least. Just sitting there, really slowly taking deep breaths and closing my eyes, and I could just feel my whole body change. My mind changed, my whole body felt different, and that was incredible for me. Especially as somebody that it was kind of scary, new territory I was trying to figure myself out with. Like, who even am I anymore? I don't do this. Like, what? What is going on? It was insane. The difference. So I wanted to share that whole aspect of it because that can sound so fluffy. I feel like, if that's the right word to describe it, when you just say that. Emotional support. Oils for emotional support. But when you really look at those moments and you add it into the mix, it's very real and very tangible, and you get it. And now, grabbing an oil specifically for wanting to support my emotions, whether it's proactively or reactively, it's, like I said, one of the top 2 reasons I go grab one of my oil bottles. It's either that or skin, setting up my diffuser. I mean, it's become such a huge part of it for me, and that totally caught me off guard. I did not expect that to be as big of a deal for me as it has, and made as much of an impact on my life and me as it has. So lavender was the first one. And then Stress Away came in behind it. Like its nice little buddy. And Stress Away is really nice because it has vanilla, so it's really sweet. And of course, lavender is very floral. Stress Away is emotional support in a different format for me. Lavender is my go-to for those anxious thoughts and feelings that overwhelm. Stress Away. I mean, the name says everything, but Stress Away is very much more, I need some me space right now. I need some me time. It's like a little mini vacation in a bottle. So it's in a much more different tone, if that makes sense. So that's Stress Away. It's really great for me for setting the mood for things. So if I'm going to have a chill night, if I'm getting ready to head to bed and so I'm winding down, if I just want to start my day feeling really great, Stress Away. And then I wanted to talk about the oil I'm focusing on this year. And that is Valor. Valor is called the Bravery Oil. It's called the Courage Oil. The name Valor kind of implies that. I'll read the oils that are in Valor and in Stress Away. I'll read Valor really quickly. So Valor has black spruce, camphor, blue tansy, frankincense, which I love frankincense, geranium, and geranium. There you go. That's the blend for Valor. This one I have a roller top right on it. It's really, really nice. It comes out blue. I don't know if you can see that. Because of the blue tansy. It's really fun. It's really nice. I love Valor so much. So Valor is my oil of the year. I did a whole video on that in my Facebook group if you haven't watched it. It's also on my YouTube channel. Valor is from all of my confidence support. And so it's also a different aspect of emotional support that I really, really love and enjoy. And is kind of one that I'm newly exploring. I have this setting my intention for the year, and I really love that. So if you want more specifics on Valor, let me know. Those are the emotional support oils I love. And that is my favorite ways of using them and my story with them. Like I mentioned, the class in its entirety will be tomorrow. And I'll kind of try to share more of my personal story throughout it also. If you have any questions at all, let me know. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye!